I would say collectively, because I mainly work with females, collectively, and the reason I've written the book Power, A Woman's Guide to Living and Leading Without Apology, is that many women apologise for being here. And I know that we have opportunities as women now that our mothers and grandmothers never had, and yet our internal dialogues about our worthiness for those opportunities do not match the external circumstances. And so for me, what I have found is that, I work with CEOs and I work with mums at home and I work with women that do both things, their parents and their CEOs, and I work with entrepreneurs. And there's this common theme around owning our space and not apologising for being there and not using language. I had worked with one CEO in tech who obviously knew what she was talking about, would always say, I think. And I said to her in one session, do you know what you're talking about? And she was like, what do you mean? And I said, because you're constantly saying you think, but I assume that you know. And she said, I do know. And I said, let's get curious. Where does that language come from? And she said, because I knew as a woman in tech that I would need to diminish myself in my language to get to where I am now. But I now realise in the role that I have, I do not want the women coming up behind me to diminish themselves in their language. So then that was our work together for her, just, very, very small shifts in how she spoke. So she started saying, in my opinion, in my experience, I know, I believe, and took out I think, unless she was actually thinking.
Yeah, unless it was a proper guess.
Unless it was actually a proper guess. But there were so many things that she knew that she wasn't willing to own. So I would say that is the common theme, giving ourselves permission to be in the rooms that we want to be in.